Welcome in, everybody. It's another episode of Final Fantasy XVI. We're going to go deal with the other people. The Black Shields. Oh, this is the casting. I thought this was something else.
So shall the waters cleanse thee of thy burden, and bear it out to sea.
And now they are truly free.
I hope so. What of the Imperials?
A pyre was made. It's more than they deserve. We should go back. Cole is worried about Martha.
All right.
I'm like, fast travel.
We're best off staying where we are for now, I reckon.
She alright.
No one survived then.
Oh, well,
I'm
physically.
sorry. Before he passed, one of them bade me tell you not to blame yourself.
Doesn't mean I won't. Doesn't mean their blood's not on my hands. Cole said you cast their remains. That was good of you. But it should have been me. This was all my fault.
How? You couldn't have known.
But I did. And I turned a deaf ear to the warnings like the fool I am. The rumors started moons ago. Of black-clad devils descending on villages in the dead of night to slit the throats of sleeping bearers. But I assumed it was all just nonsense concocted by the Empire. Nothing but a ghost story meant to make folk think twice about lending a hand to a fugitive bearer.
And in ordinary times you would have been right. What these Black Shields are doing is unthinkable. Which begs the question, why do it at all? My mother obviously has a hand in this. I cannot make sense of her actions.
And picking what goes on in that woman's head is a job for someone with more time on their hands. Right now, I need swords and men to wield them, preferably big ones. If those Imperials think they can come in here again and threaten my people, they're in for a rude awakening. Oh, before I forget, a Stolas from Otto landed just before you arrived. He asked me to tell you that Gav has returned.
Then we must as well. Will you be all right here, Martha?
We can stay longer if you wish. No need. I'll be ready should the Imperials come calling. Though I wouldn't turn my nose up if you were to lend me a pair of them strapping young curse breakers.
Huh. We'll do the side question a little bit. Like,
Oh. Where's Gav?
I really should upgrade this. Cause that
hear there's trouble.
Ah, Clive! How I've missed that scowl.
Where's my report?
What, no kind words for your old pal Gav?
If it's kind words you're after, you're fishing in the wrong barrel. Now sit down, you fool.
So, you remember how quick the Empire was to occupy the Dominion after the fall of Drake's head? And how pissed off all the other nations were that they didn't think to do it first?
Half a century of independence gone at the whim of a madman. So much for their bloody treaty.
Clearly, the promise of unblighted land and the world's supply of crystals was too much for his radiance to resist. And now the Republic's finally decided to follow suit, using liberation as an excuse to declare war on Sambrek. Lined up right outside the Dominion's gates as we speak, looking to starve the Imperials into submission.
And now all eyes are on the Strait of Author.
While the two nations beat their shields, the rest sharpen their daggers, ready to set upon the war-weary victor. They'll never see us coming. It's time we moved on the Mother Crystals. Four Mother Crystals remain in Storm and Ash. Drake's Breath near Ironhome. Drake's Fang in Dhalmekia. Drake's Spine in Waloed. And Drake's Tail here in the Crystalline Dominion.
With the bulk of the Republican army marching to Twinside, Drake's Fang will be left exposed.
That is exactly the move Kupka would anticipate. And if there is anything these past 5 years have taught us, is that he loves his traps. There is one place, however, where nobody will be expecting us to go.
Drake's Breath.
There's a shitload of sea between us and it, and I've never been much of a swimmer.
I have an acquaintance in Port Isolde who may be able to help.
Who's that then?
My uncle, Byron Rossfield.
Lord Byron Rossfield of the Seven High Houses, the trade magnate with holdings in over 100 cities. Wait, Rossfield. And you're a Rossfield, of course.
My uncle's name gave him his start in the world, but it was his acumen which earned him his fortune, along with a handsome fleet of ships.
Well, it's settled then. What are we waiting for, eh? Huh?
Yeah, let's get to it!
What are we waiting for, indeed?
I hear there's trouble in Rosaria.
Where's that little board?
Your uncle always seemed a kindly soul, if a little eccentric.
damn blood is... Aside from the hole the lake watered, that's one way of putting it. And unless you got some grand scheme, that slurry'll keep eating away at the timber like young Tech does up. Assuming we had any pitch, which we don't, doubt the old.
Of course, Obolus. Your skiff is our only means of reaching the mainland.
Well, I'm glad, son. To make pitch, you need pitch trees. I think now. And it just
Sounds easier than...
I didn't mean to accept this quest. I meant to just leave.
Finish with that log so we can call it a morning.
What? What did it acquire? Sorry, I'm meant to do this. Oh, I can't travel to anything, man. Okay.
Do you think it was wise to leave, Gav? He didn't seem pleased.
I needed his eyes and nose in Dhalmekia. I'm not about to let Kupka take us unawares. Besides, he has a knack for that sort of thing.
That he does.
And wasn't it Sid who said that matters such as these are best left to dominance? Especially should one of his beloved opportunities to grow and change present itself.
I always knew that I would return one day. Return to Ironhome.
Oh yeah, the people that captured you.
For what?
After learning the truth, you were given the chance to face your past. If I am to continue at your side, I must do the same.
We'll face it together then.
To the end.
I swear to God, if something happens to her, I'm gonna be mad. Like, y'all don't even know. If something happens to her, I can't. I will never forgive Square Enix.
How far do you think your mother's reach extends?
Ah. Okay, so before we leave, we'll go over here
Will
and
we
do
find the
the
same tragedy in the south as we did at Martha's Rest?
More than likely. Which is why we should hurry. There are still many settlements between here and Porter's Alder. We visit as many as we can, and hear their stories. Starting with the village of Amber.
I thought it was dead. I didn't even realize it was still alive.
Mockery of justice is what it is. Lord Elwyn would never have stood for this.
Quiet, you! Nothing but loyalists.
Jill, look.
Rosaria must be cleansed of the stain which befouls her, that she might rise once again from the ashes to welcome a new dawn. 'Twould be a pity to make examples of you all for the transgressions of but a handful.
Of course, your lordship. You shall have our full cooperation.
What business could the Black Shields have in a village this small? There's barely room to hide a bearer.
Then they must be here for something else.
You fancy dancing a gallows jig like the miller's son?
All right, I heard you the first.
I ain't got much, but what's mine is yours, for a price.
Oh.
There you are. Much obliged. You won't be disappointed. I suppose we won't be seeing you again.
Excuse me.
You haven't heard? Someone's been stirring up trouble. There have been attacks on the garrison. The Empire wants answers, and what the
Don't they just?
Keep your ears open, eh? The Black Shields will pay good coin for information on the culprits. You'd have to be dull as a sack of stones to think you could take on the Empire. What with their 100 full legions?
I'm sorry.
The Black Shield? At least I think there was a Black Shield.
Was this the first time that...
Well, what do you think? Amber's the arse, if only we were. I might have turned him in and become a Black Shield myself.
You don't think these firebrands the Empire is looking for could be us, do you?
I don't know. But we need to find out. Greetings, friend.
I know that.
We couldn't help noticing that...
Don't you go telling these strangers a thing. I speak for the people of this village, and we have nothing more to say to you. You are to leave Amber.
May I at least
I don't know who you are or what brings you here, but your presence. But the Empire is a harsh master. Its demands are, some might call it, submission. But if it will spare my people the Viceroy's wrath, that this village will not.
Then we shall be on our way. These people live with a knife to their throats.
Yeah.
In the mistaken belief that if they cooperate, my mother will show them mercy.
Nah, she sent you away.
Obedience bought with fear.
Are you all right?
We still don't know who the Black Shield...
Well, whoever they are. But other than Martha, who else? A new ally would certainly be welcome. Can we find them? Perhaps the next village...
Okay. What? How do we get down? There's the only way I can think of how to get down. By going back up.
More of my mother's men. Too slow. Farewell.
Okay, so at least we know we're going the right way now. What are you doing? Okay, yeah, that is even some increased damage right there. Why did it send me this again?
We're not alone.
Help me, boy. For me, boy.
Alright, let's keep going.
Blood, Clive.
And still wet.
You were told to stay in your homes.
The Black Shields.
You know who we are. And still, you would bear your steel. Why then? We owe you our thanks. You have saved us the trouble of an interrogation. To dwell in darkness, that we may purge the night and welcome lasting dawn. On these, our swords we swear.
Say that again. I'll show you a true Sith
I was like, how is she healing? Making me question myself, man. I'm like, yo, I know I'm not late.
Tell me what I want and the end will be swift. Who are you looking for?
Why, you. We come bearing a message. Your friends have been found. The branded you freed from our camps. They await you in Oldhill. Guardians of the Flame.
Those are Old Hill's gates.
Then we hurry.
I guess I should heal, right?
Find something, boy. Death.
around.
Yo. Is that Martha? No.
This was my mother's doing.
But why? Why would anyone...
I don't know. I never truly understood her. But this...
Oh, Clive.
I will learn what madness drives her, and I will end it. We should go.
Yes.
We can't leave them here like this.
We won't. But if the Black Shields have made it this far south, they may already be in Port Isolde.
Bro.
We're approaching Buick Bridge. Though I doubt the Empire would let us cross over to Rosalith.
Who is this?
They're all Rosarian.
But this is their home.
Right, you are. Hmm?
The Lazarus. What happened to this place?
My mother happened. The nobles who lived here didn't stand a chance. Let's hope my uncle fared better. That's the main gate. And it looks like we're not the only ones hoping to get in.
Let us pass! My children are starving!
Have mercy. Voice-ridden dogs they are. You can't ignore us forever.
Let us in, or we'll die on your doorstep!
Better out there than in here!
Oh, they're enough for everything!
Fuck off!
And the chinless bastards. Those crystals belong to us all.
I said, where were you, filth?
Back to your style!
Cut you down where you stand!
Destroy it.
No chance of slipping through unnoticed. We'll need to find another way in. I thought we might be able to reason with the guards. Or at least bribe them.
I suspect everyone in that crowd thought the same. Was that the only way in?
Officially, yes. Strictly speaking, no. My uncle once told me that the nobles had tunnels built, so that they could visit town without having to walk amongst the rabble. The Lazarus. We'll find our way into the city there.
If you're sure. The entire place looked abandoned. Do you think it's safe?
As long as it is abandoned.
The good news is we haven't seen a single black shield since Old Hill.
Maybe they found who they were looking for.
Alright, so we're gonna end this episode as soon as we get to the door. Alright, this is where we're gonna start off next episode. So thank you guys for watching. It's been Killer the King 97. I will see you all in the next video.